Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Calibria Crystal Guardians. On this episode, I'm going to do a little something different. I'm going to go over the Nat 4s and Nat 5s and give what I would consider the first and second best, um, rune set builds and stuff like that, and just a general idea on what they would be. That I'm not going to go over every single skill, not go over every single everything. I'm just going to give a basic idea on what I think are the two best sets, like Agile or Destruction or Berserk, stuff like that, and like speed, crit damage attack, or attack, crit damage attack, HP, that kind of stuff. Just, like the basic kind of stuff like that. And we can elaborate further in the future whenever I do, you know, unit guides for individual units, or whenever I use them in specific scenarios and stuff like that when I'm playing. So first up is Holy Swordsman. He's a pretty commonly used unit. Tons of people use him all the time. And the best way for him is probably attack or damage attack. And you would probably do best with either the fatal set, or what are they called now in this game? The attack set, my bad. The attack set. So attack set is probably the best set for him, or destruction set. Either one of those is probably the best build for him. And basic attack or damage attack, there's really no other build for him. I mean, just want him to do massive damage. With the Shield Guardian, he's got a couple different builds, but mostly it's defense. You can put him on the guard sets. You can put him on shield sets. Like, you can put him on guard, which isn't bad. The defense set, which isn't bad. You can put him on counter. That's not a bad set either, because of his skill set. Those are all viable rune sets. On the paladin, he's a little bit different. You can use berserk. You can use a few different sets, and just a general all-around unit like speed, HP, defense, HP, defense, HP. Just tanky. Just want him to take a hit and support the team. So usually I would say speed, HP, or speed, HP, defense for him. And, agile, berserk. Berserk is the best probably for him. But you can use any number of sets. Just general, just support unit. Now, Druid, he's got a couple different builds. You can have him built for dungeons, and you're going to have to speed tune him and stuff like that. And for that, you can do any number of different builds. But for stuff like PvP, you want him on agile. You want him to go probably shortly after your Windwalker or whatever your speed buffer is. Or you could use him as your speed buffer, but his base speed is really low. So realistically, just agile, speed, HP, speed, HP, defense, those kinds of things, mostly on agile. But you can build them, with broken sets and stuff like that. Now, Una, or however you want to pronounce it, probably Una. She is useful in multiple places. In PvP, she would be speed, HP, or speed, HP, defense. And with those kinds of things, you're going to want agile, stuff like that, because you want her to be really fast, so that she can buff the attack, the attack and the energy. And when she does that, it's going to be good for, cleave teams and stuff like that, for like Flame Spirit and stuff like that. For the next one, Barbarian, he's kind of an oddball. I'm not a huge fan of him personally, but the basic build you can put him on would be Berserk, would be probably the greatest set for him, just to make his skills go kind of crazy sometimes. I would use attack crit damage attack or speed crit damage attack, but you really want them on like Berserk or if you can't get something like Berserk, you could do Destruction or Attack. Either one of those would work. Now, Mountain King is a little bit different. He's a little bit of a unique monster. You can have two main builds with him. You can have him on super hard hitting damage. I've had him go well over 200,000 damage with his strongest hard hitting skill. And for that kind of a build, you should probably go Destruction or Attack. Either one of those would work really, really well. And the two set, whatever you want, immunity or the critical or whatever. He has versatility in that. And the second build would be more of a bruiser build. So that would be like attack crit damage HP. And that would be like Berserk or Desperation would be good. Desperation would probably be the best because he would be making use of the stun. So that would be actually really, really good. So he could be built either way. Arcanist, I just did a guide on her, so I'm not even going to bother with that. Just go to the guide, so where I broke down everything, went over her skills, all that. Now, Archmage is a little bit different, but he's mainly just a damage dealer. Just huge amounts of damage. Destruction, Berserk. Berserk is really good with him because his default skill gives him an extra turn. But if not Berserk, then Destruction, Attack, those kinds of stuff. Attack crit damage attack, or speed crit damage attack works as well. But it's entirely up to what runes you have, and just go from there. Dragoon, he's a pretty straightforward unit. HP, defense, HP, speed, HP, HP, speed, HP, defense. Any of those kinds of stuff. Berserk is decent. Agile's fine. You can put them on any tanky runes like defense or whatever. Or what is it called? Blessing for HP. Just any kind of tanky bruiser runes. Just make it so that he can tank a lot of damage. And he'll do pretty well. On Elven Queen, you want usually to be on Agile with speed HP HP or speed HP defense. Usually speed HP HP. And she's a generally really good unit for support. And that's the basic builds for her. Celine, she's going to be best on Berserk, but you can put her on Agile or any number of different sets. You can put her on like 3 different 2 sets, just whatever you got. I would definitely recommend Agile or Berserk, but usually it's best for her is speed HP HP or speed HP defense. You could do HP 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 or HP defense defense or defense HP HP, whatever kind of combination you want. Just make it so that she's tanky and preferably with a good bit of speed so that she can get her heals going regularly and just go from there. So we'll go over to Chaotic, and for Chaotic we'll go to, there's the first one, Minotaur Chief. He is usually best with a ton of HP because of his skill set. So you can do you could do Berserk. That would work. Agile would work. Or just a triple set of defense or HP, whatever. He doesn't need any specific runes. Just whatever you can do to get him really, really tanky with a ton of HP and a ton of defense. Prefer like more HP than defense. But he is pretty good with that kind of a build. He doesn't need any specific runes. Centaur, for him, you can do HP defense defense, HP defense HP, triple HP, defense 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 with HP subs, speed HP HP, speed HP defense. All of these work. The best runes for him would probably be Desperation or Berserk could work. Berserk could work really well on him as well, but it depends on the individual what you want. Desperation, because he has a skill too that does AoE, has an AoE stun, and that could work out for, Desperation as well. So it's a double chance to stun. For Vampire, the best thing for him is speed, crit rate and HP possibly, or just speed HP, or speed HP attack. He has a few different ways you could build him, and for him, you could do Berserk is a really good one. Agile is also really, really good. And that's basically that. I mean, I did a spotlight on him. You can go check that out. Lumi, she's an oddball. I'm not really a fan of how they did her in this game, but as it is, for her, the best thing you could do would be to give her Desperation, possibly Agile or Berserk, but Desperation is by far the best. For her, you want Speed HP, or Speed HP hit, so that you can get a higher, hit on her to make sure you land all those debuffs. And that's basically it. For him, he's a little bit of a bizarre unit. On him, Berserk is probably going to be the best, just in case you want to just have him just go absolutely crazy. He could potentially just go just about infinite number of turns and crazy crap. He could be really fun and powerful if RNG is really on your side. So for him, you could do attack, crit damage, attack, speed, crit damage, attack, stuff like that. Just general crazy runes. You could go Berserk, attack, destruction, whatever you have. Berserk is preferred just because it goes really well with his just RNG skills. For Angel of Death, everybody has already built her. It's really simple. Attack, crit damage, attack on either attack set or destruction set. Really straightforward. Just make her do some damage. She's a farmer. And that's basically it. Enchantress, she's a little bit of a different one. For her, you can do really, really, really fast because she has the highest base speed in the game, and she's got a speed leader. So those two together make her really, really good. You can put her on Agile, or possibly on Desperation or Berserk. The best set would probably be Agile to, complement her huge base speed. And you can do, with her, it's really a variety. You can do speed HP, speed crit damage attack. I have her on speed crit damage attack so that she's support with her, other skills, and she can still do quite a bit of damage. So there's that kind of stuff. This is Draconian Princess. Her skill set doesn't matter as much. I mean, I put her on Desperation, but you can put her on Berserk, Desperation, anything, but you want her on massive amounts of HP. Just HP, or speed HP. Probably speed HP is the best, but if you don't have a good speed set, put speed HP. You can put her on Agile, Desperation, Berserk, any of these kinds of sets. Broken sets work. She's pretty good with just about any of those. So just, do what you can with what runes you got. Medusa, probably one of the best PvE monsters in the game by quite a bit. For her, I would definitely highly recommend speed HP hit or speed HP. Those kinds of stuff. Berserk and Agile by far are the ones that you want. I recommend Berserk because the more turns she goes, the more nasty she can get. But if not, Agile is completely fine. And you could use Desperation, but Fallen Angel. For him, he has two major builds. You have either damage build or tanky damage build, depending upon which skill set you use. For the damage build, speed, crit damage, attack. Pretty straightforward. I mean, you just, put his damage skills on, his multi-turn. For that one, Berserk would probably be best. Agile would work. Attack, destruction, those kinds of stuff would work. But Berserk is obviously the best for that skill set. The other one would be speed, crit damage, HP, or HP, crit damage, HP. Whichever one you'd prefer. And just any of them. I mean, Berserk, all of these skill sets would work with it. Next would be Shaman. For him, speed HP hit or speed HP. For that, you would want either Berserk or Agile preferred, especially with his high base speed. Agile works really, really well on him. So you can go with that. And you want him to land those debuffs, so you want to have a high enough hit. If you can get it a high enough hit off of substats, go with that. But if you can't, use speed, HP, hit. Popo. He has a couple of different builds, but mainly tanky, bruiser, speed, HP, defense, speed, HP, HP, speed, defense, defense with HP subs, HP, defense, HP defense, defense, all these kinds of sets. They all work, just depending on which build you prefer. You could go Desperation. That could work. Berserk is probably better. And aside from that, you can use like defense sets, just general all-around sets. For Nocturna, or Noctura, for her, I like her on Berserk the most because her skills, especially with her passives that she has, she can go over and over, and her skills, if she does it right, can do really big damage. If not, attack set, destruction set. She's a standard nuker, attack crit damage attack, or speed crit damage attack. Either one would work. With Garuda, I haven't gotten too far into him to see what kind of skills, Garuda uses. Ooh, that's crazy. With Garuda, you're probably just going to be doing a basic standard attack crit damage attack. Or if you want to use Garuda for the debuffs, you could do speed crit damage. You could still do the attack crit damage attack. Just try to make sure you get some hit and subs. You could do speed crit damage attack. All of those kinds of things should work really well. Just make sure you get a little bit of hit in the substats, and it should work out really well. For our favorite sets, the one that is now fusible, or craftable, I guess, for this moment right now. Speed, crit damage attack, speed, crit damage HP. Either one of those work really well depending upon, what team you use them in. Try to get at least, get to 100% crit rate for his passive. And Berserk works, Agile works. Pretty much any set will work on him. Just the best would be Berserk, the second best would be Agile, and then go from there with whatever rune set you can. Just make sure you get 100% crit rate. Thorn Spirit, she's just a standard support unit. HP, defense, HP, 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 speed, HP, defense, whatever set you have, just make her tanky, and she'll do her job. She doesn't really need any special crazy runes. Berserk, Agile, defense, whatever sets. Desperation would work, I guess. Realistically, she just whatever tanky kind of sets you can use. Ogre is a little bit of a unique monster. He has some really interesting skill sets. But generally, I would say speed, crit damage attack would be his best setup. And that's for PvE. So speed, crit damage attack. And make it so he has a decent amount of hit and substats. Don't worry so much about the damage aspect. That's just a secondary to his skill sets. But he's pretty good overall. Pharaoh. For Pharaoh, you're probably going to want speed, HP, HP, or HP, HP, HP. And you could do Agile, would be really good for him. You could do Desperation. That wouldn't be bad. Those are the two best, I would say. And just make him super, super tanky. Tons of HP. And he'll do you good. Wisp has two major builds. One is the sport build, is like a stripper build. So you're going to want speed HP HP or speed HP hit. You want her fast. Strip whatever they are before your debuffer. So strip off the enemy buffs like invincibility, immunity, stuff like that. And then the rest of your team goes. Or you have her as a semi-damage dealer. And for that one, you can use the basic nuker, damage dealing sets, I would recommend the other build, but, you know, it is useful as whatever you want. Flame Spirit. Really basic unit. Attack, crit damage, attack, or speed, crit damage, attack, depending upon how you want to use her and what team. And that's basically it. I mean, destruction, attack sets, that's the kind of stuff for her. You don't really care too much about all different kinds of stuff. You can put agile on her, but it's mainly the big damage stuff. That's what you want on Flame Spirit. Lich King. Straightforward again. Attack sets, attack or damage attack. You want destruction, you want attack, you want agile could work, berserk could work, but you'd probably want either attack or destruction for more damage. And that's basically it. Destruction idol. The main builds are HP, 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 or HP, HP, HP. I mean, you could do speed HP, HP, which would work as well. And for the rune sets, you'd want either Desperation or Berserk. Either one is viable. Desperation's probably better. Berserk is just about as good if you got RNG on your side. Succubus. Well, there's a couple main builds. One is Agile, Speed HP Hit, or Speed HP HP. Just as the attack buff defense break unit, you want high hit, enough to land her debuffs, and then that's the end of that build. So basically just Agile, fast, with enough hit to land her debuffs. The other one is more tanky, more, hit and everything to land her sleeps and stuff like that, and to be used for her passive to, cleanse and heal everybody and stuff like that. Spider Queen, another standard damage dealer, attack or damage attack, attack set, destruction set, just generally that. I mean, there's nothing super special about it. Those are the skill sets. Abyss Lord, pretty straightforward. Speed, HP, defense, speed, defense, defense, speed, HP, HP, or speed, HP, hit, speed, defense, hit. Whatever sets you want. Decent, put a decent amount of speed on him because of his really miserable base speed. You want a decent amount of speed on him just to keep him in the fight, doing what he needs to do. The best sets for him are either Desperation or Berserk. Either one is really good. And you want enough hit on him to make sure he can land the debuffs. Ironheart, pretty standard unit. You want HP defense HP, HP defense defense, speed HP defense, speed defense defense, speed HP HP. Any of these kinds of sets, you can use Desperation, but probably not the best. Berserk would be a little bit better, and a little bit better than that would be the defense and immunity and stuff like that. Those sets would probably be doing a little bit better, but you can use any of the sets and they should work really well. Berserk would probably be the best on them, I guess. Bone King, straight destruction build. You can use speed, crit damage, attack crit damage, attack crit damage, HP. The key to him is getting as much crit damage as possible. That is the biggest thing for Bone King. The more crit damage you get, the better you'll get. So that is basically it, guys. That's the Nat 4 and Nat 5s of the main 3 elements. If this video does really well, I'll go and do the same thing for the light and dark. And if that does really well, I can move on and I can do all the Nat 3s and, go on from there. And I'll do more monster guides and stuff like that in the future if you guys are you guys are filling up for it. Well, that'll be it, guys. I will be catching you guys next time. And please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.